Welcome, everybody, to episode 64 of the draft. I am happy to be back this week. I missed you guys last week. My family was going on vacation, so I wanted to spend a little extra time with them. Greg filled in for me, ended up taking it down. Shout out to Greg to start off the show. Greg, thank you, my man. Gets me the lead in the draft. It feels good to have a pinch hitter who comes in and hits a home run like that. We got Tino, we got Phil with me as always, and special guest tonight, Johnny on the track. Johnny, home track for you. For those that don't know, you'll be boots on the ground again. I think you said it's like your sixth or seventh year in a row, but I'll let you speak to that. How you been, man? Why don't you introduce yourself? Let everyone know where they can find your work. I saw your show come out, but as everyone knows, I don't listen to anything until tomorrow morning. I want no thoughts as we head into this draft, and then tomorrow I listen to everything. So great that your show is already out for everybody. Why don't you tell them where they can find it and introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for having me on, guys. First of all, Ryan, your stuff within the race is exceptional. You know, I'm always every week I'm shouting out win the race, but it's good to see Tino and Phil and get back on with the boys. So yeah, every Tuesday night. I would say I try every Tuesday night, but I've been so busy. So either Tuesday or Wednesday, you can find me Johnny on the track on YouTube at JOTT_podcast on X for a weekly betting show. We try to do some other content, just talking motorsports and NASCAR as much as we can, but yeah, just busy. So you can always rely on either Tuesday or Wednesday evening. You will get the betting show. You mentioned it. I've been at this track for, I think this is going to be my seventh straight race. I'll be in the pits, some VIP stuff. So big shout out to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. They always hook me up there. So me, three buddies are coming. This will be my brother's first ever NASCAR race. So
Wow.
we're bringing, yeah, right. That's big. So
Yeah,
should be fun. Home track, rooting for my boy Priest here. Got the RFK gear. We'll root for Logano as well, Connecticut guy. But yeah, can't wait, fellas. This is gonna be a fun show. I'm ready.
awesome. That's great. And I think you put your bets on Action as well, right?
I
I don't
do.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny on the track on Action Network, and I post the card on X as well. Usually the day of the race, so it'll be a bit busy, but hopefully around noon you could see my stuff on Action Network as well as X. So we'll have it all for you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you. I know the guys are pumped. Tino, you have gone to this track quite a bit yourself with McBride, who's commenting here. How excited are you for this weekend?
Oh, I'm super excited. Shout out Johnny for being here. Shout out Joey Logano last weekend. Sean McBride's happy about that. Might be happy again this weekend, but love the track. You know, love everything about New Hampshire. I won't be there this time around, unfortunately. But I am excited for this continuation of short track racing. I thought last weekend race in Richmond, I was a little in and out in terms of catching the action, but ultimately sat down for the long green flag run to end it. Chase Briscoe, the funniest thing about him going back to last week was saying he was bad at the track. He doesn't know how to race there. And then he could have absolutely won, finished second to probably one of the best drivers at that track in Logano. So it's not that I don't want to come visit you guys in New Hampshire, Sean McBride, but hopefully one day I'll make it back up there. Appreciate everyone in the chat hopping in. Team 54. We got Robert saying hit the like button. Appreciate you always. Greg was in here giving Ryan a little bit of little props there for his on time last week. And then Mike Mannon we got here too. Kyle Robert, he is got some wood up for us here, so we like
Nice.
that. Ready to rip.
Well, it's not. I mean, you had a choice. You go to New Hampshire or Hawaii. Chose Hawaii. I don't blame you. I think I would do the same thing. So you're doing good. And then speaking of where you're going or where you're from, this Phil, I'm on the phone with my son before we start the show, and he's like, "Who are your friends again that you do your show with tonight?" And I was like, "Tino and Phil." And then it's like, "Where are they from?" So I say where Tino's from, and I go, "Phil, Philadelphia." And he just like, I don't know why, just today it clicked. He goes, "Phil? Philadelphia?" Just mind was blown. I just thought it was hilarious, like how kids' minds work. He lost his first tooth today. I mean, it's just like big day for him. Brains exploding everywhere. So, Phil, how you feeling, man? How excited are you for this week? I'm pumped for another short track. I think they've been awesome, but how you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Phil. Phil from Philly, first time, long time. And yeah, it's a big day for your son. I'm gonna try to steal that momentum from him though tonight because I need to get back on the horse with a win here. You guys have been taking it to me, and I'm feeling good, man. I had a lot of fun last weekend. That race was entertaining for me. The Kyle Larson stuff afterwards, even more entertaining. I bought Dirt Vision for $50 that night and passed out before the A main. So there's that. But yeah, Richmond was fun, and I'm not fatigued yet of the short flats, but like after this, I'll have my fix. So ready to move on into the super speedway and the chase moving forward. So yeah, man, ready to rip and let it go. So let's do it.
Yeah, they've been. I think I just like it because it's been pretty predictable. I mean, it's as far as money making, it's been great. But I can understand. We have Daytona coming up, which would be kind of cool too, because now we have the new spoiler and things like that. So maybe we get an exciting Daytona race. We'll see what happens next week. That'll be a fun draft next Wednesday night, seeing how you boys go there. All right, recap last week real quick. Richmond was fun. Greg, thank you. This is all you. All you. Thank you. I told you I wanted Denny as the bonus, but you wanted it too. So thank you very much. Another win there. And so it's 9.5 to Tino's 8.5 to Phil's 6. But Phil, I mean, you can never count him out. We saw what happened last year. There's still 12 races to go. So 13, 12? Yeah, 12 races to go. 2 more in this and then 10 in the chase. So all right, plenty of time for everyone to catch back up. We got some catch up to do on some charities that we'll donate to. I'll post those on X as soon as we figure those out and send that out. But let's get into our track preview for New Hampshire. Phil, you want to break it down for us, and then we'll just get right into the draft?
Yeah, sure. I almost feel like an imposter here with Johnny here as the the New Hampshire guy, but yeah, we've got a track, another short flat track. This is a place that's had the date move around on it a little bit. We've seen it in the playoffs, we've seen it out of the playoffs. A few years back, they cut it down to one race a year. So now we go here once a year, and we'd mentioned the short flat compound to it. So we've got a mile long, just over a mile long track here, and it is in fact flat, 2 to 7 degrees on the turns, 1 degree on the straightaway. So there's no messing around on this one. I made some jokes on my pod this week that this is an absolute bitch of a track to handle in the video game. So respect to these drivers for making it work in real life. I went back to take a look at the Jeff Gluck poll just to see what are the vibes of this race, and pretty good numbers, 60s and 70s, 80s a few times in the next gen era from was it a good race? Yes. And so I'm expecting some good results here this week. We've seen some big dogs pretty much get it done. We've seen Bell get it done, Harvick, Kenseth over the years, guys who are probably towards the top of the betting board. So that's something to keep in mind. We also had a couple randoms, you could say. Amarola in 2021. Going further back, we've seen Brian Vickers, Casey Kane, guys that were not exactly towards the top of the board. So there is a chance. Track stats, 53 races in the history of the Cup Series here. Winners start on the pole only 5 times. These numbers that we do every week, a lot lower than most of the other tracks. Starting inside the top 5, only 34% of the time the winner started there. But next gen era, all 4 winners started inside the top 5. So could be important more recently. And inside the top 10, they started there 56% of the time. Outside of the top 20, so kind of those longer shot guys, happened 11 times. Almirola in 21 was the last time it happened. And here's a trend, manufactured trend in the next gen car: 3 Toyotas, 1 Ford, 0 Chevys in the next gen, but it's also 0 active Chevy drivers have won here. The latest Chevy drivers go all the way back. We got 3 Chevys all the way back to 2011. Kevin Harvick in 2016 was driving Chevy. Casey Kane, the aforementioned Kane, and then Tony Stewart in 2011. That is wild that Chevy has struggled so much here, but I feel like that was worth calling out. And then I'll wrap this up here. Weekend schedule, 10:30, practice qualifying early morning on Saturday. get your bets in before then. If you're trying to go pre-flop, stages are 70 in stage 1, 115 in stage 2, 116 in stage 3 for 301 total laps. And Goodyear notes, same tires you saw last week at Richmond. We've seen the same combination a few times already this year. So that's what we got here for setting up New Hampshire.
Nice. One other thing I noticed, just looking at like some odds that came out in Caesars, the stage 1 winner has won this race 3 times in a row. So just something to keep in mind, when you're handicapping it. But I guess that kind of goes in line with what you're saying, where the top, guys starting top 5 have been winning this race. So those are generally the guys that are winning stage 1. So that's a good thing to know. A very interesting poll there with the Chevy thing too, because that like kind of correlates to what we're seeing right now in this season of NASCAR. So it's just Toyota and Ford. So we'll see what happens. Curious to see where you guys go with these Chevy teams tonight. All right, if you're new to the draft, we'll get right into it. We're going to draft one driver from the 8 teams you see on the top, and then we'll draft one bonus driver that'll earn 1.25x their points. We use real NASCAR scoring. The winner will pick a charity, win the race, we'll donate to it. So it's always for a good cause. There's no wrong answers. Could be a gut feel, could be stats, could be data, could be anything you're feeling. Boots on the ground type feel, Johnny. Whatever's on your brain or in your heart is the right answer. So let's dive into it here. I'm going to hit the randomizer and see who we get. It's almost like it's scripted, boys. I'll pull up the draft board. We just said Chevy teams, Hendricks up first.
Ooh.
Tino, I'm going to let you lead this one off, and we'll start with HMS Chevy team.
Perfect. Well, this is great because this is the guy that was in the storylines. This was the guy that had 10,000 people watching him fly from Richmond to Knoxville, go out and win it. And I got my shirt on for him. A little high limit action, huh? Not too bad from the kid. Give me Kyle Larson, not just because I think he has the confidence back a little bit after what he did last weekend at Richmond, finishing 6th, and like I said, going there and winning there at a pristine place like that. But at New Hampshire specifically, he is the best driver in the last 3 races here, 7th, 4th, and a 3rd. To me, now I know I've been critical of HMS and Chevy, as everyone probably should be, but this could be a moment. This could be a time. Like, I actually kind of feel like he could have a good chance to go out, and it's going to be hard to beat the Fords and obviously the Toyotas. But, like, if there's any chance, aside from Darlington, and when we see those other tracks in the chase, like, to get a win for Kyle Larson, I feel like it could be him here. So even if he doesn't get a win, this should be a track to where they put up a good result at Richmond, take that, continue moving forward, and hopefully have another good day here this weekend.
Yeah, man. I love everything you just said. I've had Kyle Larson written down all day. Talked about him with Eric Estep in that preview this morning. It's just a guy that I kind of have the same like type of gut feel you have about this week, but the stats back it up here as well. And I know it's not, kind of what this team is doing this year, but there are some very interesting Larson numbers out there, like 13-1 or maybe even further, depending on what books you have. I don't know. It's just like, to see that name and then see how he runs here is kind of tempting. He's got 5 races here with Hendricks. He's only finished outside the top 7 once. And in that race, he finished 3rd and 5th in both stages. He's actually never finished outside the top 7 in stage 2 in any of these races. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel pretty good about Kyle Larson here. The whole team, I think, is doing a little better than people are giving him credit for. I mean, the Fords and Toyotas have just been so dominant that it just kind of makes them all look bad. But on the grand scheme of things, I don't think they're like bad right now. They're just not them. So I don't know. We'll see. I think if anyone's going to shock us, it's going to be Larson. Phil, I'll kick it to you. What do you got here?
No, Larson for me as well. And, interested to see if it's a sweep here, but similar situation. I mean, last week, where did he finish? Like 6th? Feels like that was like the worst 6th place finish ever. Like everyone was just like disappointed and degraded. But for me, looking at the other guys in this camp, I just can't get behind, Elliott. We keep saying it every week. He's so hit or miss. And Larson, he's got an average finish of 7th in the next gen car here. 2022 is his worst finish. So then since then, he's got a 3rd, a 4th, a 7th. Like, if you give me a top 10, I think you're putting yourself in position to beat your teammates. So I'll take Larson and try to capture some of that momentum from late Saturday night.
All right, perfect. Johnny, I was like, first time on the draft, like I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you lead off HMS, but now put you on the spot anyways because you got the first opportunity this show to pivot if you
I
were
love
on
this.
Larson or
I came right in firing away. No way. I'm not going Larson. I'm going Chase Elliott. I have seen
Nice.
Chase Elliott get better and better and better at this track every single year. He qualifies well. He's led laps. I think it was either last year or the year before. He led a lot of the first stage, I think, up past. I think Chase Elliott is one of those guys where, Ryan, I call New Hampshire a wheelman's track, meaning a track that if you figure out New Hampshire, Phil mentioned it. If you play New Hampshire on iRacing, if you play it on any PlayStation video game, it is impossible to get around. It is so difficult. So it's one of those, like Jeff Burton figured it out in the early 2000s. Clint Boyer found his way. Ryan Newman. It's like guys that kind of come out of nowhere. Once you figure out New Hampshire, it kind of sticks. Chase Elliott, to me, the last few years, I keep watching that 9 car get a little better, a tick better. I agree with you guys. I think Larson is probably the safe pick, but I feel like there's more upside with Chase Elliott. I mean, he does have 2 wins this year. They weren't at this style track, but I'm going with Elliott. I'm taking the 9 car. I'm pretty high on him. And one of the bets I gave out on my show was just like looking at Chase Elliott as a prop. For him, like Top Chevy, he's 3rd right now behind Byron and Larson. I think there's a lot of upside. It's like 5.5, 6 to 1 at some books. So I think Chase is a guy that we got to watch out for on Sunday.
Yeah, I pulled him up here just to like look through some things. You're mentioning the laps led. So he's got 8 races here in the 9. He's led laps in 6 out of the 8 races. And then he's kind of the same as Larson. Like you look at like stage 1 and 2, he's earning stage points every time. Yeah, man. And and qualifies well. So it goes back to what Phil said and what we're talking about. You want that stage 1 winner. He hasn't got that yet, but if he gets it this week, look out. So yeah, great pick, man. And what an opportunity to pivot there. So that could change the game here this week.
Set right up nicely.
You could tell he's a longtime draft watcher. I mean, that was a veteran move.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Come on.
He told me he's coming ready tonight. So all right, let's hit this randomizer. Go to the next team here, and we got 2311. I'll go ahead and lead this one off. For me, I'm going with, I'm flicking around here, Tyler Reddick this week. And, he gets to go out late, and he's actually the 6th best qualifier in the data set I'm looking at in 2026 tracks that I would think are similar enough or comparable enough to look at when I'm trying to figure out New Hampshire. He's had some bad things happen to him in a few of them, but he also has a few top 10s and then no finish worse than 15th when things haven't gone completely wrong in haywire for him. And then I just look at like all the hard work we do on Win the Race. Greg and I do everything we put into it. We simulate the race 200,000 times. We get the fair market value. We have Reddick minus 160 to Bubba. So when I am kind of close like I am on teams like this, I guess I'll let that also be the tiebreaker there. So give me Tyler Reddick here. Phil, I'll kick it to you. What do you got?
Yeah, it's Tyler Reddick for me as well. I was really soured by what the hell was going on with Wallace last week. And, I know Richmond isn't exactly a track that's in the track comparison tool on Win the Race. Probably get to some of those later, but this team is a situation where if you're looking at this season, I think Wallace, if I'm remembering my research correctly, he's got him beat 3-1. But what tipped me over was like Richmond not being part of that, seeing that momentum last week, like terrible momentum for Bubba. I could not explain what was going on there. Really let me down. And then you go to this racetrack where Reddick is 3-1 against Bubba, and he's had some decent finishes, 6th place twice, had some good starting positions. So in 2025, didn't get the finish he probably deserved. uh, 21st, but he was running like 12-ish all day. So yeah, I'm going to go with Reddick here from a little bit more of a track history standpoint and just really questioning what last week was for the 23.
It's because I switched from Diet Coke to Dr. Pepper on the show here. I think I just took all his juice. I ended his season when I switched to Dr. Pepper. All right, Johnny, we'll kick it to you. What do you got here for 23-11?
Yeah, I'm gonna tail the boys here. I'm gonna go Tyler Reddick. He should have won this race 2 years ago. He was leading before the rain came. When I left the track, I went home to my house in New Hampshire, and I would have never thought in a million years that they got that thing back up and running. And I had a bet on Bell, who ended up winning. That was crazy. I thought I was toast. But Reddick should have won that race 2 years ago. He's another guy that I feel like has gotten better at this track year over year. I will say Bubba Wallace qualifies well at New Hampshire. So he's going to be a guy that I feel like if he can keep an eye on track position and stay up front for most of this race, I think he can run well. But I think the safer pick is Tyler Reddick. Again, should have won that race 2 years ago if the rain doesn't fall through. Now, it seems like there could be some rain Sunday, but we won't talk about that right now. But the forecast doesn't look great. So, I mean, even if we get rain tires, I feel like Tyler Reddick, he's a dirt guy. He can figure it out pretty quickly.
Awesome. Tino, how are you wrapping up 23-11 here?
Yeah, it's going to be a sweep for the 45. One spot away from a top 10 last week at Richmond, and they got to be looking to get a top 10 finish, salvage a good day, have a clean race. And I think he can do it here. Not only has he been getting better at short tracks in general, as Johnny mentioned, he's really good at this track. He got a 21st, 6th, and 6th in terms of his last 3 finishes, which makes him 4th in terms of average finishers at this track overall in the last 3 years. So I like where he's got, and I think he needs to have a good points day.
All right, perfect. Let's hit the randomizer and see who's up next. We got the big guns coming out early here.
Oh, man, look at this. 1, 2, 3.
Penske.
Here.
So Penske, Tino, I'm going to let you lead this one off. I know you've gone to this track. You've seen McBrien's boy have some great runs here, I'm sure. So why don't you lead this one off?
Well, I have, and that's why I take a look at my momentum counter over at Win the Race, right? And I look at 5th place, Joey Logano. And honestly, I agree with all the metrics. You got Denny, Briscoe, Blaney. But if I were to say 5th place is great for Logano momentum-wise, especially when you put him up there with those Fords and Toyotas. But I don't, like, aside from the metrics and just full on, he's here, it's time, it's the second half of the season, we're about to go into the chase, I don't think there's anyone hotter than Joey Logano right now. Got my boys in the chat fired up, as they should be. He can go and now win back-to-back. Obviously had a strong run, dominated at North Wilkesboro, goes to Richmond, proves why he's one of the best there as well. Then we go to New Hampshire. I think this could be a shot for him. If he doesn't go out and win this race, it's going to be a top 5 day. It's going to be leading laps. If you remember last year, this is where they kind of showed something for the first time, but now they already have those races that I mentioned and wins where you got to feel comfortable and confident going into the chase if you're that team. He was, 17th below the cut line, all the way rose up to 9th now, and they are a championship contender. I just have to say that, too. Like, it's so impressive to me. We saw him earlier in the year, not looking good. We were talking about it. I was mentioning it. Maybe he's lost a step. Well, now he's gained my respect even more because to see what they're doing and being a championship contending team always late in the going, I just think it's super cool to see how they can just turn it on when it matters most.
Yeah, dude. Like we talked about it a couple shows ago. We're like, look at how the standings have changed from 2 months ago to a month ago to now. You're going to start the chase. You have 10 races. From 1st to 10th place is only like a 70-point difference or something. Like, this can get wild. I don't think it's just, you start and it's over. Like, I don't know. I feel like, Denny's due to regress at some point. Like, at some point, something NASCAR happens to you. It's like Hocevar was on that run where just nothing could go wrong for him. And now look at him. Like, so it's just like that's how NASCAR works. and we know how it works when Denny's chasing the championship. So, I mean, put all that together. It's not like I'm rooting for that. I want to see him do it, but holy crap. I mean, it gets a lot tighter than I think people realize once we enter the chase. All right. I'm Logano too. You said I can't say anything more than you said there. I'm not even going to try. So we'll do that. Johnny, I'm going to kick it to you. Who do you got here?
See, I'm trying to play this strategic because, like, who would I put in my 1-2-5? So I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know. I'm trying to piece this together. I love Logano. I'll be rooting for Logano. I'm just wondering where I want him. But I think I am going to take Ryan Blaney here. I'm going to take Ryan Blaney here. I have high hopes for Joey Logano. I might be saving Joey Logano perhaps for something here. But Ryan Blaney, to me, he was so fast at this race last year. I feel good about Ryan Blaney on this track type. Now, it's been weird. I would have thought the last couple races, Iowa, Richmond, that he would be better. North Wilkesboro, he's been really good, but not like I feel like the Ryan Blaney we've come accustomed to, where it's just like Blaney, pencil him in for a top 3 every short flat. So that's been a little interesting, but I think that thank you, Sam. Right on cue. I hope so. I think Ryan Blaney's gonna probably get like a 45-point day. So I feel pretty comfortable that he'll have a good one. And that means, hey, maybe we'll see that 22 later down the board.
Dude, it's funny because like I feel like it's just like Logano and his team outsmarting him. Like I feel like he is good. The strategy and the pit, all that stuff's just got to go right for him because like, man, he brought a rocket last week. You just gotta last and have the strategy work in your favor. But
clean pit stops too, right? I mean, when you think about Blaney, that you can't have that comfortability with the pit crew as opposed to Logano.
I remember quick two-second story. I last year when I was at New Hampshire, Paul Wolf was at Joey Logano's car, and I was with a buddy who knew nothing about like NASCAR, and I was like, "Oh, this is the crew chief for this guy." Like, we asked him a question. That guy is so freaking smart. It is unbelievable. Yeah. So like, Joey, it is clutch. He knows how to win and get it done when it matters most. But that crew chief, he opened his mouth. I'm like, dang, this guy is no joke. So I trust that whole team, Tino, to your point.
Yeah. You got to write all that shit down and then start your own team. Name it HAMPSHIRE.
Got to win a couple more bets before we do that one.
Yeah. All right, Phil, what do you got here to round this out? What shirt is that under there?
It's a nothing shirt right now. I mean, when I'm talking about Team Penske, how can I go anywhere other than the New England guy, Sean McBrien's own Joey Logano? Nice. A few things there just to add. I mean, he starts well here. 3rd in the series starting position. He's going out 3rd from last. Only Hamlin and Briscoe are going out after him. So that should set him up in a really good spot. And, you know, the momentum that he has is important here. Because if you are Logano, like we've been joking around, this has been Joey Logano's part of the year. Next week, I guess you could argue kind of continues. But after that, then it gets real. And so they need to take every chance, every point they could possibly get. So better believe qualifying is going to be the most important thing to them, to just scoop up those stage points as early as they can. And then after that, you know, see how strategy plays out, see how their car actually works. But yeah, I truly believe that Logano and Sean, look, I'm down in this thing. I'm trying to pull myself back. He had a comment earlier, like, Bill, you know, we need to get to drinking. Well, you know, we've got the Buffalo Trace here. That's my good luck charm when I'm down and out. So I'm going to take a few nips when I need it throughout this episode. And, you know, because he was asking to get to drinking. Cheers to Logano. Let's go get some stage points. Let's go get a
Tino,
victory.
if you remember correctly, once he did this last year, he just started whooping our ass.
Oh, I remember.
Just a few nips right now. Just a nip, but we'll get there.
This is what
now
started.
Now I want to bring something up here. Full Tank with Phil did comment, I wish Josh Berry counted. I think we can make that happen. Could we allow Josh Berry to count in
We
this
can't because he's
instance?
not. We can't
First
because
of
he's not
all-
on the game. But I'll tell you what. Next year, best of the rest is back. So we'll never
What
have
an
this
announcement
issue.
that is.
Yeah, that was fire.
Wow.
Yeah, best of the rest is back for next year. So we will never have things like this happen.
That was also in response to Go Fast Troy saying Hail Mary Cindric. And that's just an example of Full Tank Phil's just like quick wit. So just trying to make the chat laugh a little bit. Yeah. No worries. We're going with Logano. How can I go with anyone other than the 22 at New Hampshire? Let's go.
All right, perfect. I will hit this randomizer again, and we'll get on to the next team here. Ooh, Trackhouse.
Okay.
All right. I'll lead this one off. I'm curious to see where you guys go here, though, because I almost went back to the guy I've been fading all year, but I'll just stick with who I think will be all right here, and that's SVG. I rewatched last year's race, the first part of it, basically until I fell asleep one night, but got to see stage one, and I thought SVG was pretty awesome in that race. Looked really good, finished stage one inside the top 10, and then was running there when things went wrong and ended his race. But you saw him making passes. He looked comfortable. You could definitely see improvement on this track type this season. Ninth best average finish in the sample set I pulled from this year. So I'm just going to stick with this. I'll say it before you guys even go here. I was very close to Chastain. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing from Chastain. Like maybe he's like coming back a little bit here as he enters this chase cut line with 2 races to go. So I don't know if he can get there, but it's just been fun to see him like semi-relevant again. Johnny, I'll kick it to you here. What do you have for Trackhouse?
I'm going Ross. Ross has a pretty darn good record here at New Hampshire. He doesn't really have a good average running position. He doesn't score stage points, but at the end of the race, he always finishes like 7th to 10th. And you don't know why, you don't know how, but you kind of look up and you're like, oh, the one car at a top 10. If you go way back, so he has 4 top 10s in 7 career races here and 3 top 10s in the next gen era. So, he's pretty darn good at this track. Again, doesn't have the best stage finishes, but he'll get you points when it's all said and done. The other interesting stat about Ross is if you dig into like when he was racing for Premium Motorsports, which was basically like, a 2000 Camry or whatever you want to make, whatever, analysis you want to do there, or analogy rather. One of his best tracks was New Hampshire. He'd have like 5 35th place finishes in a row, and then he'd finish like 25th at New Hampshire. So he's a guy that knows how to get around here. Again, he's probably like just a safe pick, like a 25 to 32 point guy, most likely. But I'll take that. I think you need points in SVG. Yes, he was good, but to your point, it ended pretty badly last year for SVG. I have a ongoing rivalry with somebody in my comment section because I said SVG was making the chase. If he makes it, I get a sweatshirt. If he doesn't, I got to buy this dude Ryan Blaney sweatshirt. So I'm kind of rooting for SVG, but I'm taking Ross.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad that you went Ross there because I was so close to doing it. So glad we started out SVG, then Ross. Tino, I'll kick it to you. What do you got here?
SVG's been my guy all season long, but one thing last week was the fact that I did pick Ross Chastain. He's done me dirty all throughout the first half of the season whenever I picked him, but last week I forgave him. And last week he scored the most points out of his team. It was a 12 to SVG's 14th, but that's still good enough for me to go ahead and pick him this week. Ross, we're going back to back with him. Our relationship seems like it could be saved here. And now he needs it the most in order to stay in contention for the chase. Well, minus 465 to SVG's minus 402 within the cut line. So what, a 60-something difference there. And he's going to need a big points day. He's going to need he's going to need things to go wrong for the other guys and things to go right for him to have a shot. But it seems like he's doing a good enough job right now, too little too late probably, but to put himself in contention at Daytona, potentially getting a win, to put himself in the chase, we'll see. Great comment by Zach saying Trackhouse is more inconsistent than Tino's internet connection. That was a good burn. I'll give it to you. Right. And then also good note by TK saying SVG 24th, Chastain 25th in qualifying. And last year, Brad took out SVG for no reason, ruined his day. So it'd be interesting to see the battle between these two this week.
Awesome. Phil, what do we got here?
I will be going with Chastain this week. I'm back onto the Chastain train. You guys kind of laid out some points already. The only thing I'll add to Chastain is, like, we all know how rough his season has been, but we try to call out heading into the off week, like, this is a chance for some teams to kind of get it together. Well, the one team has, I guess, got it together, because since the break, this is in a row, a 7th at Iowa, which is a good comp track, 12th at Richmond, which is a quasi comp track. Just good back-to-back weeks coming out of an off week, trying to make a push. And yeah, I mean, I don't think their season's dead yet. I think they see an opportunity. They're clearly trying to hunt Cindric and not their teammate. So they have to jump 2 guys, but season's not dead. And 3 top 10s and 4 next gen races here. I'll go with Chastain, a new reinvigorated one team. Let's go.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was close, man. So I'm on an island here with SVG, but that's all right. At least our teams are different now, Phil. So that'll be a fun battle to watch there between us.
Yeah.
All right, hit it again here. We're going back to Toyota, JGR,
Oh, baby.
the big dogs.
Ooh.
All right. Tino, you gave a great baby. So I'm gonna let you lead this one off, and then we'll go around the circle here.
Ding, ding, ding. Guys, can you hear the bell? Because it's Christopher Bell's time this week. Let's go! 7 second place finishes. You to hear the talk about Chase Briscoe outperforming himself last week. Denny Hamlin's always up there. Ty Gibbs is winning races. It's time. This is it. If it's not, maybe he doesn't ever win and he keeps finishing second all year. But this has got to be a Christopher Bell track. I mean, he's won here twice, a second place finish in between those. Didn't finish 6th last year, but that was okay because really Penske, Ford deserved that one. Josh Berry, Blaney up there all race last year. But to me, I feel really good. If it's not the Fords and Penske, I feel like it's got to be Christopher Bell this week. So, I mean, it'd be one thing if he had wins already this year. It'd be one thing if they found victory lane and had that success, but he hasn't. So it's like, to get him in that spot at a track like this that I feel like he owns. Could we say it's Christopher Bell's track? I mean, if it's not Penske's, I would give it to him. So I think with how good he's been in all 3 series here, I'm very excited to see him race.
For active drivers, it's 1,000% his track. I mean, this is in the Xfinity series, he's undefeated, right? Won every race, or the last 4, whatever it was. I mean, dude's unreal here, and he's pulling double duty. He's racing Saturday too, after missing last week's race. So, yeah, I'll just. I mean, I'm going here as well. So I'm Christopher Bell. All the stats you just said, but like in all the sample sets that I look at a larger one that's last year, this year. I look at this year only. In the last year one, he's 3rd in average finish, 4th in average running position. He's one of only 5 guys that have double-digit top 10s in those 15 races, so we're scoring points here for the draft. Then I jump to this year, 2nd in average finish, 4th in average running position. Only 4 drivers have top 3s in at least half those races. He's one of them. So, yeah, and then like you said, just the second place king. But now you come to the track that is yours, and you're a proven winner here multiple times in multiple series. It's Bell here all day for me. Johnny, what do you got here?
Hey, Tino, I think I believe in Santa Claus because I hear the bell, my friend. Come on, sweep it. Let's go. We got to have that 20 car on the card this week. He's got so much. I feel like the drive right now, like internally, is there for him with all these second place finishes. I think my car, I like how this is stacking up, and I feel really good about Christopher Bell this weekend.
Listen, Phil, is it a sweep?
So on my show this week, putting my card together, I took Bell to win the race plus 550 as someone to kind of counteract manufacturer play. But this is the draft, okay? And we're going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to switch it up. I am going, you guys want to take the guy who was Christopher Bell, right? That's what we're looking at. The guy who was Christopher Bell, going off of his statistics here. Yes, he did own this track. There's a new sheriff in town. All right. Sheriff Gibbs is here, and he is who I'm going with this week. I am not letting last week get me down. Okay. Because if that driver doesn't make that mental mistake, which, hey, it could have happened to anybody, right? The pit lane being different and, off. It was going to happen to someone. Okay. It happened to one of the youngest drivers in the series. That's fine. That car had something. That car was fast. That car, we missed out on what the 54 could have done last week. And I'm fine with it. I am fine with it because now this guy is a snake in the grass. He is going to spoil the ding, ding, ding party. He's not going to have an opportunity to do it this week. He's got one top 20 at this racetrack, 16th in 2024. But as we've seen, past history for Ty Gibbs does not matter. 2026 comps. He's second in average finish, 5.5. He has the win at Iowa, a fourth at Phoenix and North Wilkesboro. Nashville's his worst finish, 13th place. Fast last week. I mean, all of the Gibbs cars are definitely a factor this week, but I'm trying to play the game. I'm trying to take a driver who I think can win this race. And you guys are taking a guy, and look, I'm with you. I took Bell to win on my betting card. We're taking it, setting aside this crazy season that's happening, and track be damned, if they are snake bit, they're snake bit. They can't seem to figure it out and get over the hump. So I'm going to go in the draft here with a guy who has been figuring it out and getting damn good finishes on this style track. So Ty Gibbs, Team 54, let's ride, and we'll see what we can do.
I thought for sure you were going Briscoe there. And I'm surprised we don't have a Briscoe going across here because, you mentioned that momentum meter. I mean, that's the guy with the Momo right there. I mean, you could argue he's the hottest guy in the series right now. Just finish after finish after finish. If Denny didn't exist, but
you still have your bonus, Brian. You still have your bonus, dude.
Oh,
yeah, I know. And now, I mean, you're set up, Phil. You got Briscoe, Bell, Blaney. I mean, you're set up to ride here any way you want to.
Not that Phil
sure
needs any more juice, but to add to the fire of the Ty Gibbs pick here, last year, what a full circle moment it could be from this track, because it was him versus Denny here last year when he was being a little bit of a spoiled little brat and pushing him out of the way and getting in the but that's not him anymore. He's a mature race car driver that wins races. So I can see the storyline too. I like the pick. And we're different now too, as TK mentioned. So no ties anymore on the board.
I was pulling up your guys' score. Yeah, Tino's going to get the last bonus pick tonight. So just keep that in the back of our minds here as we enter the late rounds of the draft. All right, let me pull up the randomizer. Oh, yeah, here we go. One heavy hitter to the next. Front row motorsports. Johnny, this is like some rookie hazing. I'm gonna make you lead this one off. Front row.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do you dirty. I just, why don't you go ahead and we'll all go from there.
Choosing from Mo, Larry, and Curly on this one. Holy smokes. I mean, I guess I'll choose Zane Smith. I don't know. I guess
that's all the analysis we need for this, unless you want to give some more.
No, I mean, to me, it's either between him and Todd. And I met him at this track. He was a nice guy a couple of years ago, so we'll root for him.
Nice. Tino, we'll go right across the board here. What do you got?
I will be going Todd. I do have a couple of finishes to lay out for him. He had a 19th, 12th, and a 21st. That'll do it for me for this group. That's exactly what I'm looking for if you can get that here this weekend.
Phil?
I'll be going with Gillen as well. I'm just going to probably keep taking him until he wins between this group, because I keep taking him and he keeps sucking. but in 2026, he hasn't had a finish worse than 22nd. So I'll on these comps, and I'll take that. Got to hope that some of these other guys, Zane and Gregson both shit the bed, and Gillen just does something correctly. So we'll go with Gilly the Kid.
I think he's leading in head-to-heads on the tracks I was looking at for this year on Win the Race, like 3-2-1. I think Gil and Zane to Gregson. And then when we simulate it on Win the Race, we do have him -142 over Zane, -174 over Gregson. So I'm going to let that be the tiebreaker here. Todd Gilliland for me, the $1 million man. And we'll move on to the next team because I really don't have anything other than that on Front Row Motorsports. I mentioned earlier that Best of the Rest will be back next year, probably because these guys will be out. So there's your spoiler alert, but we'll talk more about it. But I mean, come on, Front Row, get your shit together.
I will say I do like the little flavor Front Row has provided. There was a 1 week where Noah Gregson's one position better determined Ryan and I tying, I believe. So that was cool. But yeah, I definitely think they've just haven't performed to the draft standards, unfortunately.
No, they've overstayed their welcome on this board.
Yeah, all right, good. That's a good way to put it. All right, next team here, going to Chevy Team Spire. And Phil, why don't you lead Spire off here?
All right, Spire, like, I am sick of Hocevar screwing up my draft. Last week took him because of Iowa. It was, owed to him for picking for me the week before. What a disaster that was last week for Hocevar. So it's kind of a similar situation for me in like 2311. Like, I don't want those vibes, and I'll take Suarez. I don't expect much from Suarez, but it's more so like process of elimination. So Daniel Suarez has been just kind of the steady hand throughout the 2026 season, no matter what track we go to. So I'll take him just because I don't know what we're getting with Hocevar. Just really, like you said before, he was looking like a world beater early in the year, and now missing shifts and blowing up engines. It's like wild. So yeah, process of elimination.
Pino, what do you have here?
Well, you can trust my process because I'm going Michael McDowell. And this is a Michael McDowell track. In the last 3 races, an 8th, 15th, 13th. Meanwhile, I agree with the no host. Like, I'm off the host bar until they can figure it out. It's in-car issues as well. Setups, brakes, whatever, parts falling off. Suarez, okay, last couple of races, but not here. This is a Michael McDowell type of track. If I'm going to call my shot, that pick just won me the draft as well. So I am very excited to have him on my card. Top 10, top 15. Like, this is a underdog type of guy that I think we need to watch out for value wise. Betting top 10, I think, could be a Michael McDowell type of weekend.
All right. And Johnny, who you got here for Spire?
Same thing, McDubs. I call him McDubs. He doesn't win much, but as long as he's run about 12th to 15th, I think he'll outperform Suarez, who I think Suarez kind of stinks here. And to Phil's point, like Hocevar, he was like a fun story for the first half of the season. Apologies if you guys can hear my driver in the background or my dryer in the background, but like he has been atrocious, Hocevar, the last month. I don't want to touch him, so I'll take the safe bet. McDowell, Tino made some good points. I mean, top 10 last year, top 15 guy here. I think he was like the fastest in practice either last year or the year before. So, and we know that he can put up a heck of a lap in qualifying. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like starting in the top 10 somehow. So I'll go with McDowell.
All right, I'm just loading up a picture real quick here. Give me 1 sec here.
Oh, God.
This would be
I don't
good.
even know what that could be.
You guys can all kiss my ass when I win this draft for picking Carson Hocevar here. I loved what I saw out of Carson, last year in this race. I thought he was really good. And really, like, I think now he's kind of due again. Like, had the good hot streak, then all the shit starts hitting the fan. It's like now maybe some positive regression comes back into play here, and don't have all the bad luck or blowing things up or missing shifts or whatever you're doing. Maybe it just all comes together here. And I kind of just have this feeling, kind of like I had with Larson, where he just shows up really fast. He goes out a little early in qualifying, but I still think he can run a good lap and be up front. I mean, he finished both stages inside the top 5 last year. Definitely a strong performance. Ended up finishing 11th in that race, but things were trending in the right direction for him to start this year on this track type until things got derailed the last 2 times out. So I think, if he can continue that, 20th at Phoenix, 17th Martinsville, 13th at North Wilkesboro, is just getting better and better and better, then crap happened. But if that doesn't happen, I think he can qualify well and have another finish like he did here last year, like an 11th place, something like that. I would definitely take it, and I think it can beat his teammates here. McDowell did have the 8th place finish last year, and he qualified up there with Hocevar last year. So it's kind of cool we picked everyone here, because I do think at least one of these guys will be given have a fast car and show up and qualify well. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, the Hocevar thing too, I was wondering, like, was it like that he got a little too famous or something? Or like is it like the world tour you go on and then it just like you fall off? Do you think that's related at all? I don't know. Phil, what do you think?
I think getting a little too handsy with Ella Langley maybe on pit road. Draw the ire of all the boys out there, just like, who the hell do you think you are? So yeah, I don't know. Very, very strange situation, but he'll be back. He'll be back. He got a girlfriend? Wait, is that what that said? He got a girlfriend? Oh, I didn't know that.
That's when they started being in public, I guess, and getting photos, being on pit road, and then coincidentally, that's when all this started happening for him, the bad streak.
Oh, man.
A tale as old as time, my friends. A tale as old as time.
Was it a goddamn Kardashian? Because now he's fucked. All right. What do we got next? Oh, we got one team left. So RFK, don't need to run the randomizer here. I'll go first here. I got a few thoughts on this, but not many, because this team has not really been impressing me much on this stretch of shorter, flat tracks that we've been on. I'm going to go with Ryan Preece. I did like what we saw last week. He did show up fast, at least, had a nice qualifying. Yeah, so I love that. We got been throwing this on quite a bit. It hasn't really been working, though. It doesn't work. Just work. And so I need him to show up and maintain, if he can qualify well again, just maintain that, bud. Like, we play you on the short tracks. Please just do what we know you can do. His last 2 years here, an 11th place finish, 14th place finish with 2 different teams. So I don't know. The way this team's running, I think either one of those finishes could win this battle for points. Maybe this is what I was thinking for FRM, because I did run my 6-race sample from this year that I was looking at. Preece is winning 3 races to Buescher's 2 to Keselowski's 1. So that was one right there. But I don't know, man. I just got to go with Preece here. I'm not really too excited about any of them. Johnny, you had the shirt on, so I'm going to kick it to you here.
Yeah, so I got my Ryan Preece shirt on. So as you would expect, I'm going to – just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not going with my boy, okay?
Whoa.
You guys think this is a Modelo hat. Hold on. It's a Brad Keselowski hat.
Oh,
okay?
man.
Give me Brad Keselowski. I love Ryan Preece. I'll be rooting for Ryan Preece. But I have seen Brad Keselowski dominate at this racetrack. He qualified well 2 years ago. The rain came. That was the end of him. Last year, he put up a dud. I thought he was going to be good. He was terrible. From what I have seen in my history here, he is one of the top guys to ever run around New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I have put my faith in this guy maybe a couple too many times at New Hampshire, but early in the next gen era, when that team was terrible. They had no speed. He would come to New Hampshire and run top 10, run top 5. I think he's going to have a great race. He is 65-1 on some books. My love for Brad Keselowski will be forever amplified if he could find a way to get it done this weekend. I love you, Ryan, meaning both Ryans, Ryan there in the corner and my guy, Ryan Preece. but I'm going with Kessie this weekend.
Awesome. It's a good twist, man.
Yeah,
This is a great debut. This is a great debut.
Thank you. Thank you. The misdirection.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, football season's right around the corner. All right, Phil, what do you got here?
Man, I'm thrown off because let me tell you, I was thinking, I thought for sure Johnny was going to go Ryan, and I thought Tino would be going Priest. So I was like, I'm just going to go Priest just to make it a sweep, no blood, don't have to sweat that team. Now my head's in a blender. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blow the whole thing up. I'm going to take Chris Buescher and say, let's roll. Because Buescher is the one, like, look, I get the Keselowski thing, track history, but I've kind of made a point in other teams, like I'm not strictly about that this week. And this year, Buescher, like these guys have been lackluster. Lackluster is like the word that I got to use. And so when I look at Ryan Preece, yes, I want the hometown guy. You got that little kick, but and Preece won between all three of these guys last year at New Hampshire. Preece, Buescher, Keselowski head to head this season. Preece won at Phoenix. That was 1,000,000 years ago. Okay. And Buescher's won Nashville and Iowa. So it's like, what have you done for me more recently on the comp tracks that I'm looking at? So I'll take that. And the other thing I'll say is like, it's more of the consistent hand, meaning like you might get a flash in the pan by Preece this week. And if that beats me, that's fine. But what you can kind of set your watch to is Buescher running 13th to 18th, like at a track like this. And so from the dog shit performances that we've seen from his teammates, I'll take that and just kind of root against the other guys. So Buescher is where I'm rolling here. Just try to blow everything up.
All right, cool. I do apologize there. I was listening to you, but we got pulled from YouTube for violating guidelines. I don't know what we did. We've done nothing differently in this show. So
Is it the damn Modelo logo?
I don't know what. Dude, we always wear logos on this show. I don't know what we've done.
Throw it this way, just in case.
Content that promotes, facilitates access to, or links to online gambling or betting sites is not allowed on YouTube unless the domain meets legal requirements and is currently certified by Google.
Huh. What?
Wow.
What?
Well, I mean, we're on
That's
our
a problem.
64th show, assholes. So, all right. Well, I'll figure that out after.
We gotta take them to NASCAR.
All right, Tino, why don't you wrap up RFK and then it's like they don't know I work with Greg.
Yeah,
right.
YouTube's going down.
Yeah, go ahead.
To put a bow on it, I will be taking Ryan Preece. Now, I actually do totally agree with everything Phil mentioned. I think the blow up for Buescher was a good one. Johnny's spin around switcheroo to Brad caught me off guard as well. That was nicely done. Preece doesn't have a top 10 here. So that should happen. Like, I feel like he needs to get one. Hometown track, and this is type of racetrack. So I'm surprised he doesn't have one. Nervous about it? No, but I think there's a chance he can get it. Still in the hunt for the chase. So it's like when you need to have it and it's at a short track, you would think they put it, all together this weekend. No guarantee, but I'll go with him here.
Perfect. Now we get to the bonus. And Tino, you're going to have the ultimate leverage at the end here. I'll go ahead and lead this one off because I was saving what I wanted to say about this team until we got to this point. So probably to no one's surprise here, I'm going with Ryan Blaney for my bonus pick. And this is a combo of why I wanted Logano and Blaney on the draft card no matter what, because in everything that I've looked up here, pulling up these different data sets, one from 2025, 2026, it's a 15 race sample, and then 6 races I was looking at if I'm just looking at this year only. Blaney and Logano have combined for 6 wins in the 15 race sample, 1st and 4th in average finish, 1st and 3rd in average running position. Only 8 drivers have top 10s in those races. Blaney and Logano are one of them, obviously. And then the tracks listed as useful and relevant in the track comparison thing for this year, 6 races. Blaney and Logano have won 3 of those 6 races, 4th and 5th in average finish, 1st and 3rd in average running position. And only these 2 guys have won top 4 in those 6 races. 3 for Logano, 3 for Blaney. So it's just those are the dudes. And yeah, so I don't know. I have Blaney, Logano, like 1-2 with Bell right there with him, I think, this week. And then I just have like my flyers of who I think could show up fast and surprise people in Larson, and then a little further back, Hocevar. Just my thoughts early in the week here. Johnny, I'm going to jump to you. What do you got for your bonus here?
I needed 3 guys on my card. I needed Ryan Blaney. I needed Christopher Bell. And now I need the true, in my opinion. There will be a lot of Priest fans. I know there will be, but there will be even more Joey Logano fans. The 22, he is on a heater. The crazy thing about Logano is he's been so damn good here the past couple of years, but he hasn't won since 2014. That's kind of crazy. Like, he has not won at New Hampshire since 2014. I have to take Logano. He is my best bet. If you watch my show, I am all in on Logano. I forget who tweeted it, but somebody I follow tweeted #Summer of Logano. I'm with it. It's the summer of Joey Logano. It could be. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would hate it, but I think he's going to be a strong championship threat and contender. And it's starting right now. It's going to continue this weekend, this Sunday, in possibly the rain. Logano will find a way. He'll hold that lobster up, and it'll look good in those New England kind of hands and arms of Joey Logano.
Yeah, and you talked about Brad's dominance here being one of his best tracks. A lot of that's with Penske. I mean, that's where he got his 2 wins. I did notice too for your Keselowski pick when I pull this up. He won in 2014. 6 years later, he wins in 2020. 6 years later, is Brad going to win this thing?
2026.
I don't know. Yeah, let's see.
There you go.
These are the important stats we look up here. All right, Phil, what do you got here?
Well, I am going with you did call out the fact that I have a lot to choose from here. I could go Christopher Bell. I could go Chase Briscoe, but I'm going with my guy. Look, I'm down. I'm out right now in the season standings, and I got to go with the Buffalo Trace, a little good luck charm. I got to go with the Ryan Blaney shirt for some good luck charm. The shirt is definitely on. I got to go with, the Ryan Blaney diecast car, same thing. It's like my lucky rabbit's foot. I'm pulling out all the stops. All stops are out, and I got to do it. Ryan, you ripped off all the stats for Ryan Blaney already. That was eloquently done. I can't say it any better. He is someone that I'm putting all eggs into that basket this week. So I need a win. Ryan Blaney, I think, could definitely get this done for me. And I'm happy to have these guys, like Johnny said, you had guys that you wanted. I wanted Logano, I wanted Blaney, I wanted Ty Gibbs. And I feel good about getting all those guys. So we'll see. But Tino, anxious to see where you go here.
Yeah, he's probably going Brad after that 6-year stat we just dropped.
Tino loves those patterns.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll give you a pattern right here. Clam chowder, lobster, Ryan Blaney. There you go. 3 words. All I need to say. I guess it's 4 if you count clam chowder. But anyways, that's all we needed. All I needed is Ryan Blaney in the bonus. Hate to not make it exciting for the final pick, but I also do love to win the draft. So, you gotta, even as the entertainer, you gotta take it where you can. And I gotta catch back up to Ryan, secure the tie for the points lead. I feel great about my team. I feel great about Team Penske. And if it's not them, it's Bell. If it's not Bell, maybe we get Larson. Either way, I got them all on my card, and I'm feeling great about it. Anytime you can bonus Blaney with how fast he's been, and especially even better at this track, lock it in.
Our only sweep tonight is Tyler Reddick. It's our only sweep across
That's crazy.
the board.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever had just one this season, doing this format. That's awesome. All right, cool. Very different teams to track. We'll be loading them up on the site, posting the results early next week. I will do my best to figure out why YouTube decided this week that we're not allowed to stream the show. and hopefully get it back up for everybody ASAP. So I do apologize if you're listening to audio now, but you normally watch it. No idea why this happened, but appreciate it. And Johnny, what a debut. Man, that was great, great stuff tonight. So thank you again for joining us. If you want to tell everyone one more time where they can find all your good work, that'd be great.
For sure. Thanks for having me, boys. This was fun. I knew it would be. I was looking forward to this all day. One quick stat, by the way, no repeat winners at this track since 1819 with Kevin Harvick. So it's been a while since someone has backed up holding the lobster between their heads. So that's an interesting one. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'm almost second guessing. Like Logano, is he due for a dud? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I like that team. I feel pretty good about my chances. As always, like I said, Johnny on the Track on YouTube. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, you can find my betting show every week to preview the best bets and drivers to watch for the week at JOTT_podcast. You can see it right there on X. And then Johnny on the Track, JOHNNY on the Track on Action Network. Cards posted on X and Action Network throughout the week. And then, the final card comes out on X right around noontime. Should be a fun one. If you're at the track this weekend, hit me up with a DM. Let's cross-reference some bets and win some money together. That sounds good to me.
Love that. Sounds fun. Tino, let everyone know where they can find you this weekend. When are you leaving for Hawaii? You still doing all your shows?
Yeah. So I'll still be doing all the shows. Hawaii, I will be there Saturday to Sunday. So definitely watching the race. 6-hour time difference too. Totally didn't know that, honestly.
That's
so it'll be pretty cool. And then this will be my announcement doing the show live next week from Hawaii. So that'll be awesome. It'll be 2 p.m. there when it's 8 p.m. here. So it's like, that's great. It's still crazy to me. But that'd be super cool. You can still tune in, find all my stuff. Friday morning, SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, 2BTV NASCAR app for the best bets. Everything we discussed here tonight, throw some odds with it, some top 10 guys. Josh Berry's out there, some potential underdogs. Appreciate everyone in the chat. It looks like the chat got cut off YouTube-wise based off of the situation that we got put in, unfortunately. But if you guys are watching back or listening, appreciate everyone. Kyle, Robert, Tucker, Mike Manning, Team 54, Sean McBride, Sam Hall, the New Hampshire guys were in here, so appreciate them. Appreciate the king of New Hampshire, Johnny on the Track, stopping by tonight. He's the man. Been awesome being boys for the last few years here now at this point. And it's funny enough, next year will have to be my year to win the Johnny on the Track Fantasy League, because for I think the third or fourth year in a row, I've now missed multiple picks throughout the season. So once I can figure out how to make picks on time, I'm coming for the crown.
Hey, unfortunately, I did as well. I have not made a pick in about 5 weeks in my own fantasy league. So
I love it.
Phil, you dropping both your shows. I imagine Cup's probably already out, but I won't notice till tomorrow. And then Trucks is coming out.
So some different stuff there real quick here. So the Full Tank of Phil's out now. I actually had another a guy local to you, Ryan, a guy who calls New Hampshire his home track. I had Mike from Left Turn Betting on this week to talk New Hampshire. So that was a really fun conversation we had last night. That episode is out now. So you can hear us chop it up. And truck racing this week. So I got a call from Cody Zeeb, and Rod is out this week. So we're doing a collab show tonight, 10:45 on their YouTube. We'll be doing a collab truck show. So it probably won't be posted on my YouTube. I don't know if you can even do that, like a shared deal, but I'll be on with Cody tonight, and I'm sure that'll get posted probably tomorrow morning. So that'll be fun. I have not done that yet since, we've started the truck shows. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is this live? Can we tune in or post it after?
I believe that their show is usually, I don't ever watch it live because I don't want to see who they choose, but I believe that it is like ours. Yeah, you need to be able to stay up late to get to it. But
I'll be locked in.
yeah. So should be out there. But just want to say again, not to pump your tires too much, Johnny, because I want to win this week. But thank you for thank you for coming on. This has been awesome, and really cool you choose to spend your time with us. And yeah, everyone have a good New Hampshire. Everyone have fun. Who's going?
Yes. Enjoy it, everyone. Truck Saturday, Cup Sunday. Have fun. Have fun at the track, Johnny. Tino, have fun in Hawaii. I'll be so jealous watching you there doing the show next week.
Yeah,
Damn.
Aloha.
But have fun. Safe travels. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, sorry that we got kicked off YouTube. Can't comment, but we'll be back at it next week, and I'll get it all sorted out. So check out wintherace.info for all your NASCAR data needs. Come play the games with us. Have some fun. We will see you next week. Good luck.